and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Let's get things rolling so we can get through the night here. So, let's see. We are currently doing a lot of little things. And we've got some stuff that we should really be pushing in on. So we're trying to clear out all this polluted oxygen. We've got, we're trying to clear out all this, natural gas in here. Got a lot of just little stuff we've got going on. And we should really also start trying to cool down this water, or at least the area around the water, because that area is starting to get particularly hot. So let's get a couple of things set up. Let us go and put an air deodorizer right there. That's going to be directly below the gas vent, because that gas vent is currently backlogged with polluted oxygen. So, since this produces a little bit less clean oxygen than the polluted oxygen it takes in, this should decrease the pressure, allow this stuff out, and allow this to start flowing more naturally again. At least that's the hope. So that should hopefully do that. Let's lock you. I really don't want anything getting out. There we go. I mean, just yikes right there. And we're going to need to do something about this, too. So let's see. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this. I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to say... I think that the algae terrariums do something similar. And I'm just going to pop a pair of those in there. And hopefully that'll help get rid of this carbon dioxide and take in more carbon dioxide than it lets out O2, I think. Just a little something to kind of low-tech get, some of this pressure down so this stuff can start moving again. Which it is starting to move again, so I'm guessing that that is actually doing something for it. Excellent. And those are all running again. Good, good. Alright, so now that we got those running, how's this doing? This still does not seem to be moving. Darn. I mean, let's take a look here. Let's see what it's saying. Alright, it is consuming polluted oxygen at 100 grams, 100-ish grams a second. Using it at that much, using the filtration medium, emitting clay, and emitting half that much in oxygen. Okay, so it is producing less oxygen than it is taking in polluted oxygen. Good. That is exactly what I was hoping it was doing. We might need to put in a bit more, though, so let's put in a second one. Let's pop that in right there. Let's go ahead and, while we're at it, pop in just a couple... pieces of art. Help lighten the place up a bit. Get some more of those Mona Lisas going on. Or, Dupa Lisa. Whatever. Alright, so that's gonna be the oxygen. That should hopefully be a little bit of this, too. Which this seems to be... I mean, it's saying it's still over pressure, but it has cleared out some of the stuff that was in it. Oh, there we go. It's doing it little bits at a time. Alright, which appears to be enough. So we should be, occasionally running that, which should be reducing this pressure, so this stuff should sink down to where the pump can get to it. The oxygen should follow. All good. Okay. So we've got that. How is this doing? Oh, we've got a little bit of clean oxygen in the backlog here. That's good. That hydrogen, as soon as it gets in there, will go along this line instead. We got this overpressure. So we have plenty of pressurization here, and that's actually what we're trying to get rid of. We're actually trying to reduce the pressure so that we can get clean in and all this dirty out. Man, look at this. There's just these little bits and bobs of that in there, and I would like to get rid of them. Alright, that's running. Doing good. Alright, so heat. The best thing we can do for heat is these wheezeworts. So let's dig our way, priority 7, over there. And then... there we go. I think... yeah, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. That way we'll be sure. And then we can do that. Excellent. That'll get us there. Oh, we're having a little bit of calorie issues too, but we are showing as having a metric crap ton of the sleet wheat grain. So let's go ahead and queue up a few frost buns. Just to, you know, help get our foods up. Really? You came over here instead of finishing that one? Alright, you're all delivered, and we got cooking. Alright. It's going to take care of our food shortage here. Let's see how things are flowing. Things are, in fact, flowing. Good, good. That is ever so slowly starting to clear. Although we're going to get more, you know, other gases in here as people go through. Assuming people ever come down here to actually work on this stuff. Which it looks like somebody did. Oh, hang on a sec. Let's cancel a little bit of this. Let's cancel that. And we will dig one higher. There we go. That'll do. We don't want that gas getting out if we can avoid it. Alright, so yeah, things are progressing along pretty good. We just gotta basically correct some of the problems that are arising, but everything is actually running fairly smooth. For the most part, we just need to start filtering our gases. And we do have another thing we should get working on. Let's see. Oh, you're almost done already. Let's just go ahead and select a few more. We do need to get a place that is sterile for our ration boxes. Even if we replace them with powered fridges, we still need a sterile environment, which pretty much means CO2. Because the CO2 is sterile. Now, we got a constant source of CO2 here, but piping it anywhere might prove problematic, especially if it's someplace that is not to the side or something. And I'll need to give that a little bit of thought while we're working on all this. Alright, so let's see how our progress down here is going. Since it looks like some people have been passing through. Alright, we got a little bit going there. Natural gas geyser. Vacuum. Alright, guys. You really should be coming down and doing this. How's our cooking here going? Looking pretty good. Alright, we'll probably do that and leave that there for the time being, because we'll have plenty of, calories after that, at least for a bit. Okay. So, our stress levels, what are these set at? Let's see. Max stress 25. Max stress 25. Let's lower that down a bit. Sure, we'll set that to 10. Yeah, we'll set you to 10. Ooh, 10, please. There we go. Alright. That should bring our stress level down even further. Once, you know, everybody's brought down a little bit. 0 Lysolove. Huh, okay. How are you? You still got 3 more queued. You are out of meal lice. How are you guys? You are popping up, ready to harvest. Okay. Let's go check on our hole. How is our hole doing? Still slowly getting there. This appears to be warming up. Here's our temperature. No, that's still quite cold. Don't know why it's giving it that animation, especially since it says it's -10 degrees Fahrenheit. But, alright, let's see. Slowly working our way in here. Now that's all the Weezeworts I see at the moment. We should probably build some pods for them. So, where are we going to put these? Now, this whole area down here is getting warm. This was supposed to start cooling some of that stuff off, but it apparently isn't. Let's see. Details, maybe? Thermal conductivity, mass temperature, melting point, info. Ice. The ice is still particularly cold, so it's just not melting that fast. Alright. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple in here. That was under decor, I believe. Yes, the flower vases. And I'm gonna put one there and one there, I think. That's about center in this room, which is about center in the thing there. So we'll set those up. Once we have those two Weezewort seeds, we will bring those up there. We actually technically have one listed right now that we have. So we can go ahead and say, go ahead and plant the Weezewort. Which I believe it's actually sitting here at the moment. Yeah, there it is. But this area is going to remain cool enough, I believe. Now, let's show an ideal air pressure. You're still showing as you're probably going to be excellent, so you'll be fine. Especially if we start cooling things off down here. Alright. So here we go. You are starting off at the temperature the seed was. And you're sucking stuff in. Trench stench. Wonderful. Yeah, we're trying to get rid of all this bad stuff. Let's see how things are flowing. Okay, yeah, we're getting a little bit more, regular old, polluted oxygen in our pipes, and a little bit of CO2 as well. But that's all flowing through as it goes. Mainly because we have people passing through here. This was a poor choice for a location. I should have moved it further out where they weren't going to have to run through it like this to get to things. But, you know, it is what it is. Now we have to deal with it. Alright, you guys are doing that. Okay, you're just about through. Alright, you're just getting that seed now. As soon as you have that, we're going to tell you to plant it up here. Oh, a little stuttery. Alright, let's get up there. There we go. Hopefully that'll get planted soon. Oh, see, look at this. There's a little bit of liquid, or not liquid, gaseous water here. There's steam. It's not really showing it, but it is there. Alright, so this is hopefully going to start cooling this area down. Doesn't seem to be doing it terribly quick, though, so hopefully the second one will help that happen faster. Storage compactor is awful warm. How is our ice? Info. Ice is not moving temperature, it looks like. Tell you what, let's turn that off. Nope. There we go. And we're gonna turn that off as well. So now, hopefully, you see those are really cold, and hopefully those will start to liquefy and run through here and help cool this water off a little bit. There we go, there's our second Weezewort. Now hopefully those two working together will help create a bit of a barrier here, at least as far as the living portions are concerned. We'll see how that works. Alright, so we got a little bit of CO2 coming in, getting scrubbed out. How's this over here? This seems to be doing the right job, too. Let's actually see what this is saying. So it's using algae, using water, emitting oxygen. Right, but it's not saying how much CO2 it's using. Darn. Yeah, it's not telling me how much CO2 it's getting rid of. Oh well. But as you can see, it's agitating these gases here a lot because it's having to send the newly formed oxygen up through the natural gas. Because the natural gas wants to go down, the CO2 wants to go down, and the oxygen wants to go up. So we're getting a bit of turbulent mixture here. Alright, how's things going gas-wise? Alright, we're still flowing a bit pretty good. And it does seem, this level does seem to be going down, because this is definitely lower than it was before. That's good. That means we're making progress on that front. Excellent. Alright, how is everything over here? Let's see how this temperature is going now. Alright, so this does seem to be having an effect. This is now yellow up top here. You know, whereas this was all this kind of like orangey color before. The pipes and stuff are still, yeah, because look at the temperature of that water. But it does look to be going down. The temperature of the water is going down. Awesome. And the temperature of the pipe is going down? Yeah, down ever so slowly, it looks like. Nice. Alright, so that stuff is starting to cool off. Which is good, which is good. Alright. So let's see. We're going to want to start a sleet wheat farm, and we're going to need a better place to store our food. Where are we going to store our food? I guess we could store it over here. I would really like to put CO2 in there. Yeah, see, I'd have to deal with all this pipe. So maybe if we put it over this way. Yeah, let's go this direction with it a bit. How about like over here? We could do this. We could put an area over here. So let's get a few tiles so that we can... Nope, hang on. Not quite like that. Cancel that. Alright, how are we going to do this? We want to go at least one higher, I think. So let's go there. Now we're going to want some insulated tiles. And what did I determine was good for that? Actually, you know what? This would be a perfect time to use a little bit of abyssalite. We have a not insignificant amount of it, although I can't quite seem to get the thing to go over there. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of abyssalite. We're going to make ourselves a food storage area, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we got 2, 4, 6, 7. Alright. Here we go. And we're going to do that. We're only going to make you that big. No, wait. We need you to be slightly bigger. Hang on. Yep, we need you to be at least that tall. There we go. And we will put in a mechanized airlock. Which one of you has the better heat resistance? I don't know. Actually, let's see. We got gold. Details. Thermal conductivity 2. And copper has a thermal conductivity of 4. I believe it's the lower the number, the better? Details, thermal conductivity. the negative 0/5. Oh, that doesn't help. Uh, insulated liquid pipe. What are you made of? Obsidian. Thermal conductivity 2. Right, I believe that's correct. So we want the gold then. There we go. And we're going to want to dig out that one remaining block there. Alright, getting ourselves a little room built here. Slowly but surely. Let's check on things while that's going on. We still got some of that going on. How's our temperature? Alright, alright. How is this block of ice? Still really warm. The snow is getting ready to go, though. Alright, how is this down here? Everybody's going down here for something. I think they're grabbing a Abyssalite. Why is there a... What is that noise? That's the noise that I thought was coming from the printer. I don't know, it must be coming from something down here now. Bizarre. Oh, wolframite. We're going to need that, too. Talking about something that has, thermal conductivity to, to spare. Alright. And it's nighttime again. Wonderful. Alright. Our room is just about built. What we're going to want to do here, let's see. We're somehow going to need to get that bad air out and some CO2 in. So I think what we're going to do is build a temporary air deodorizer. Just as a temporary thing. To at least make it so that it is not polluted oxygen. And I think we're going to need some temporary gas piping. So we're going to want a little bit of gas pipe. I guess this doesn't really matter at the moment. Let's go ahead and there. I'm gonna run this way. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to leave that disconnected for the moment, and we will connect it once the rest of that is built. So we're going to get gas vent right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in a flower vase next to our little temporary thing there. And we're going to put in a... what's it called? A Wheezewort there. And we'll put in a second Wheezewort to replace that air deodorizer once we find another seed and have gotten rid of this, polluted oxygen. And why is nobody doing anything? Is there something else going on that people are prioritizing? Something down here, maybe? No? Something way over here? There shouldn't be any need for people to come over here anymore. What are you doing? Rising pressure. There's very little water left over here at the moment. That's okay, we got a big reserve. But still. Okay, let's see. How are we doing? We got that. How is our temperature? Yeah, this area is starting to go to yellow rather than orange. So that's slowly getting there. How's our plants doing? Ideal air pressure, you're still showing excellent yield. Mealwood, you're only gonna... Ooh, nope, you're bouncing back and forth there. Showing an ideal temperature. You appear to be bouncing a little bit. Yeah, you're bouncing a little bit. Okay. Oh, look at this. We are just about out of that. Okay. How is our gas flow here. Okay. Things are still going alright. Oh, looks like that's done. Alright. Oh, and of course it's night, so I might as well unpause. Let's get that last little bit of gas piping in. Right there. Oh, and it didn't even need things, anybody to go do anything about it. Alright. Alright, you've delivered some sand. Now, hopefully what this should do... Now, I'm not so sure about this top layer, how it's going to handle there. But what this should do is fill this area up with some CO2, and it should push CO2 back out here again as well. And that will hopefully just, push all the air out. So what we're gonna... Yeah, we're not gonna do it quite yet. Oh, I need to set you to the Wheezewort seed. Plant that, please. Building lacks resources. The microbe mushers. Okay. Just gonna kind of keep an eye on our things. Alright. Hopefully that gets planted before it becomes night again. Anybody down here grabbing that? Looks like somebody did. Oh, no. There's why. Alright, let's dig you back up. You replanted yourself. Alright. So we're just about through with that. Yeah, most of that's good now. Alright, let's put that back on auto. Anybody? Anybody gonna get that? I mean, you were standing right there. There you go. Somebody unlocked it. Ren unlocked it. Okay. How is our gas? Alright. So, what we're going to need to do here, we'll pause up a second. We'll look at our electrical overlay. Alright, so we're going to take that piece right there, and we are going to deconstruct it. And then we are going to say, this switch right here, turn on. There we go. That pump is no longer going to run for the time being. That pump will start running. And we're going to get our pure, natural gas running through here again. Excellent. This last little bit will cycle out as it has the chance. Is there actually stuff in here? Gas pipe empty. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. But okay. There we go. Now these are all running again. There we go. We got a Wheezewort. This is going to start cooling that area down, which is important. And since this is like the best insulated tile we could possibly have, it should keep this area, colder faster. Alright, so let's open that door, and it's night again. Alright, I think that's going to do it for now. Let's pause up. And we are pretty much at the wrapping up point for this episode. So, what did we accomplish this episode? Good little bits here. We're starting to cool our area here to prevent the heat from getting up to the rest of our base. We've cleared out most of the natural gas out of our breathable air. There's a little bit that's made it over here, which I'm going to have to try and figure out what to do about, but for the most part, we cleared out the vast majority of it. So we got that accomplished. We started building a room to use as our new food storage. We just gotta, get that going a little bit. In fact, I'm going to say deconstruct this, please, because your job is pretty much done. We're going to let that cool off. We're going to let this try and fill up with CO2 if we can manage it. And then that will be good there. We'll build our ration boxes. We'll keep this thing pumping in a little bit of CO2 as it goes, because every time this door opens, some will seep out. but hopefully by adding in a bit more CO2, it will, help even that out. Even if the CO2 coming in is rather warm. Yeah, 102 degrees. We're going to have to... We might need to move this a little bit. Or at the very least, we might need to set up one of the things where it'll cool the gas in line before it gets there. We should probably do that anyway. I'll probably do that next episode. But that's going to do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.